The sun was salmon and hazy in the west. Dodong was thinking of telling his father about his plan on marrying Taeyang when he got home. He unhitched the carabao from the plough to its shed and fed it. He was hesitant, but he wanted his father to know. Dodong finally decided to tell him, although his father might refuse.
I will tell him. I will tell him.
Dodong wanted to marry. However, he was only 17. He had pimples on his face, and down on his upper lip was already dark. He was growing into a man. No, he was already a man. Dodong stumbled upon a creek on his way home. As he was walking, he thought of Tiang, his girl. She had a small brown face, small black eyes, and glossy hair. She was a dream girl to him. It was dusk when he reached home. His family had already set the table. They all sat on the ground and ate fish and rice. Dodong was still thinking about how he would tell his father. Dodong's mother went out to wash the dishes, while his father remained in the room, sucking a deceased tooth. Dodong knew he had to tell him.
I will marry Taeyang. I will marry Taeyang.
His father just kept gazing at him silently, and Dodong fidgeted.
I asked her last night to marry me, and she said, yes. I want your permission. I want it. You are very young, Dodong. I'm 17. That's very young to get married at. I want to marry. Taeyang's a good girl. Tell your mother, Dodong, you let me marry Taeyang. Son, if that's your wish, of course.
After a few years later, Dodong stood in the sweltering noon heat, sweating profusely. He was as still as a tree, and his thoughts were confused. Tiang was giving birth to their first child. Dodong was hearing Tiang's screams that chilled his blood. He did not want her to scream like that. He figured that in a few moments he would be a father.
Father, I will be a father.
He was young. He realized now.
Come up, Dodong. It's over.
Dodong suddenly felt embarrassed as he looked at her. He dropped his eyes and pretended to dust dirt off his short.
Dodong.
Dodong, it's a boy.
Dodong felt more embarrassed and did not move. Yet his parents' eyes seemed to pierce through him, and he felt limp. He wanted to hide and run away.
Dodong, you came up.
Dodong did not want to come up and stayed in the sun.
Dodong.
I'll come up.
It must be so to make youth. Youth must be dreamfully sweet. Dodong returned to the house, humiliated by himself. When Blas was 18, he came home one night, very flustered and happy. It was late at night, and Dodong heard Blas' steps.
Blas, you better go to sleep. It is late. Itay? Yes, anak. I'm going to marry Tona. She accepted me tonight. I love Tona. And I want her. You want to marry Tona? Have you already made up your mind? I will marry Tona. You have any objections, Itay? Son? None.
Deep inside, Dodong didn't want Blas to marry at such a young age. However, he was helpless. He could not do anything. He must triumph now. Love must triumph now. Afterwards, it will be life. As long ago, youth and love didn't triumph for Dodong. And the life, Dodong looked wistfully at his young son. In the moonlight, he felt extremely sad and sorry for him.
Inspirasi tanpa batas, you know who I am. Notasi berotasi, telepati, stay the best man. You got it, movement, chill brotherhood. Rangkul lintas era, I'm proud to do that. Let's move, tapis ragu yang membelenggu. Dulu jadi budak, mereka bangga angkat dagu. Aku tetap jadi aku, walau temu titik buntu. Jalanku berkelok, namun fokus titik tuju. They say, jangan jalan di jalanmu, namun kini mereka tiru jalan yang ku tempuh. Mereka ini ikut tren, aku pilih jadi lilin. Terbakar aku terangi yang lain. Kopi sampai best lalu teriak I'm the best. Storytelling tiap baik bak nocturnal, tinggal pupuk pes. Nilai pola pikir dikdaya tak kompleks. Why si rapper sombong yang stay di kompleks. Lirik busung lapar butuh kalori, tak perlu cara instan untuk penuhi.